We are now approaching.
Hello and Happy New Year. This is the first video of 2025 and I'm very happy and excited to be out and about again taking pictures with the old digicams. I took a couple of weeks off just because of the time of year. It's very busy and also the weather has not been on my side. There's been a few storms, there's been really bad wind and rain. Even though it's absolutely freezing cold now, it was below zero when I was out yesterday. It doesn't affect me being able to film, so I was happy to be out in the frosty British air. The camera I have chosen for today's video is the Sony Cybershot DSC T2. And as you may tell from the title, it didn't exactly go to plan. And I probably should have known better because I had this exact same issue with the camera 2 years ago. So I know it's a common issue with this model of Sony Cybershot. But I'll go into more detail about what the actual issue is. I was able to go out and take some pictures and get some footage. I also took it out the other night and got some cool street lamp images that I'd like to share and talk about later on in the video. I'd also just quickly like to mention how excited I am for this upcoming year. I want to make loads more content for this channel and use loads more digicams, and I've also upgraded my website. If you follow me on any of the other socials, I have released a new online gallery on my website where you guys can submit the photographs you have taken from these old digital cameras, and at the end of each month your photographs and your social media handle and the camera that you used will feature on my website. I just thought it would be something cool to give back to everyone for taking the time to watch my channel. And I will also go into a bit more detail about that later in the video. But let's get into some photos and let's take the camera for a spin. Well, I hope you enjoyed the images that I was able to capture from my little day out with the camera. I'm actually filming this part a little bit later because I was going to open up the camera and try and figure out for myself exactly what the issue is. Basically, the problem with the camera is, and it doesn't happen all the time, and it's probably not going to happen now, no my luck, but I have taken a video and I'll put that over the top of this to show you exactly what I mean. When you open the camera, because that's the only way you can get to the lens is sliding down the front, sometimes, and as I've said, it's not doing it right now, the camera will just start shaking. And the day I took it out yesterday, it was just doing it every time. So I'd pull it out of my pocket, go to get my picture, and you'd have to wait for it to stop shaking. So it's obviously some sort of mechanism. I reckon it's something to do with the stabilization inside. I've done a little Google search as well, and there's loads of people that have had this issue. And when I bought this camera just recently, I'd forgotten that I had it before about 2 years ago. I had a green one. I tried to find it, but I just can't seem to find it anywhere. I'm not sure what I've done with it. But I remember it had exactly the same problem. So it's obviously an issue with these cameras, hence the title of the video. And I could have just not uploaded this video and not said a word and just used another camera to make a different video, but I was very happy that I was able to get out and about with the camera, and I think that's what this channel is mainly about. Not so much the specs, but just purely getting out with a camera and taking pictures of what you see and enjoying the world. And that's exactly what I'd done when I took the camera out to take pictures of the streetlights that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, so we'll go on to that bit now. Although the camera wasn't actually working how I wanted it to, I enjoyed the fact that I was able to just get out, not stay indoors, because it is a cold day and sometimes you think, oh, I don't fancy that, going out in the cold. So it done its part in getting me out and enjoying the world. But I also would like to share some images that I took the night before that video, where I went out and filmed that video. And I had the idea to go out. I was talking to someone on a walk, and I was talking about the streetlights, how in England they're changing from orange to these like new white LEDs. So I looked into it a little bit more and realised that it's like a government scheme, and they're doing it. People are saying they're doing it for street safety and the LED lights are more efficient. But there's just something so nostalgic and old school for me personally, because I grew up with the old orange sodium vapor light bulbs. And to see them slowly disappearing and this new sort of feeling and colour coming onto the streets, I was really aware of it, and I just thought, this don't feel right. Just doesn't feel as cosy for me anymore. Some people might think I'm mad, but I thought it'd be quite interesting to go out. And it was like a full circle moment as well, because years ago when I was obviously out in the streets playing as a kid in these orange street lights, I didn't know that I would then be using cameras from those times now, if that makes any sense. Then I actually put them up onto my socials, my other socials, and they seemed to do quite well in terms of numbers and got everybody chatting and talking about different theories and what these streetlights meant to people. And there's still people out there with their town full of these orange lights, so I'll have to visit them towns before they get rid of them. Well, we're coming towards the end of the video now. I hope you enjoyed this camera for when it was working and the images. Somebody asked me to drop the specs of each camera in the description of my videos, because I've said in the past I'd like it to be more about being out and about and taking the pictures rather than a spec heavy channel. So I thought that's a good idea. It's a win-win for everyone. You can see the pictures and how the camera works, and then just get the quick specs in the description below. Also in that description will be my website, where you can enter for free your images that you have taken with these old digital cameras and share with the community. Obviously I'll be putting those images in my YouTube videos, on my Instagram page, so it's a good way for you to put your stuff out there, and it doesn't have to be something professional, just a picture from an old digital camera that you enjoy, and I will share it with the Camera Nostalgia Club's community. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.